What's up, guys? Today I'm gonna be filming a baby names I love but will not be using video. And as some of you know, I already have a son. His name is Noel, and the only reason why I say I might not be using these names is because I don't know if I'm gonna have any more kids. I love my son, and right now I'm kind of just like, it's just gonna be me and him and my boyfriend forever, and I'm just gonna cherish him, and it's just gonna be us, and that's fine. But you never know what's gonna happen in the future. So these are names that I really love, and who knows, if we do have another baby in the future, I might use some of these. But yeah, I did 10 boy names, and I was gonna do 10 girl names as well, but I snuck a few more in there for the girl names because it's just so hard to decide. I feel like there's so many cute baby girl names out there, and I'm just really indecisive, and I like having choices, so I don't have exactly 20. And it was also really hard for me, I don't know about anybody else, but just me personally, to pick boy names. Like, it's just so much harder for me to pick boy names than girl names, because I really don't know why. Actually, I don't know why, but yeah, so I'm just gonna get started. I'm gonna do the boy names first, and my first boy name on this list, my son isn't here. He's trying to talk to you guys. Say hi, baby. My first boy name on the list, and also the name that probably would have been Noel's name if my boyfriend didn't hate it, is Hayden. And that is spelled, you know, actually I'll just put it on the screen, but I love that name, and I think it's so sweet. I've liked that name for a really long time, and just my boyfriend just didn't like it. So, you know, I didn't want to pick something that my boyfriend wasn't gonna like. I wanted his name to be something that we were both gonna agree on and both like. So yeah, my next name on the list is Emilia, and I love that name. I don't know where I heard it. I don't know. I know I didn't see it anywhere. I don't know if I heard it from somewhere or if I just randomly thought of it one day, but I love that name. And again, my boyfriend doesn't like it, but that's okay. The next name on my list is Jonah, and I think Jonah is so cute. It's just such a sweet name for a little boy, and the only reason why I wouldn't name my kid Jonah is just because I know somebody named Jonah. So yeah, I feel like it's really challenging sometimes when you get pregnant and you're trying to name your kid, and you're like, oh, I can't use that name because I know somebody who has that name, or I know somebody whose kid is named that name. So it's really hard sometimes. But the next name on my list is Elliot, and that's another name that starts with an E. You guys will probably see a little trend going. I really love names that start with E for some reason. Elliot is just really cute and sweet, and that's why I like that one. And I wouldn't name my kid this, probably just be, actually no, I'm lying. Guillermo actually didn't mind this name. He told me the other day that he didn't mind Elliot, so I think that one's really cute. And who knows, maybe if we have another little boy far in the future, his name will be Elliot. But I don't care. You can steal it. I don't mind. That's why I'm making this video. So yeah, the next name is Eli. And I love this name. This is one of my favorite names for a little boy ever. If your little boy is named Eli, I'm jealous. Because the only reason why I didn't use it is because my aunt's son's name is Eli. So we couldn't have two Elis in the family. It would just be too complicated. But I loved Eli ever since Degrassi. Anybody who watches Degrassi probably knows who I'm talking about, or used to watch Degrassi. I don't even know if they still give that show. He was like the dark, kind of like sexy rock star kind of one, or like emo, whatever you want to call him. I was into it. I was digging it. I was like, he's fine. He's cute. He's pale. I love that. I don't know why I was into that. And his name was Eli, and I loved that name. So my next name on the list is Ash. And I think it's a really unique name. And why I wouldn't use it is because my boyfriend doesn't like it. But I really love Ash, and I feel like it's just a cool name for a little boy. And my next name is Peyton. But the first person I think of when I hear that name is Peyton Manning, and I don't want to think of somebody else when I'm calling my kid's name. But I do think that it's a really sweet name for a little boy. And the next name is Emmett. And again, another E name. But I think of Emmett from Twilight when I hear that name, which is not a bad thing because he's good looking and he's a vampire, so he's cool. But that's the only reason why I wouldn't name my son Emmett, is because, again, I just think of like an actor or somebody else. And my last name on the boys list is Kaeda. And again, I don't know where I heard it. I don't know where I saw it, but I think that it's really cute and really unique, and I've never met anybody named Kaeda, so that's why I like that one. By the way, guys, I'm sorry that I keep looking down, but I have my list right here of names. So yeah, but okay, I'm excited for this. My girls list. My first name on this list is Victoria, and I think that Victoria is such a pretty name. I just think that it sounds like a little princess, Victoria. And honestly, it's like a little nostalgic for me because if any of you guys know the movie Beaches, her daughter's name was Victoria. And I love that movie. It's literally one of my favorite movies. I used to watch it with my grandma. So if I was gonna have a girl, her middle name was gonna be Victoria. But, which I might still use it. But as for now, I am leaning towards I might not use it just because I know people named Victoria, and I also know people who named their baby girls Victoria. And my next name on the list is also nostalgic for me, and it's Geneveive. And I think that it's just such a pretty name and so unique, and I don't know many people, I've never met anybody named Geneveive. I'm sure there's people out there in the world, but I personally have never met anybody named Geneveive. And that name is actually from, where I heard it, Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. And that was one of my favorite movies when I was younger. I begged my grandma to get it for me for my birthday, and she did, and I was so excited. And I popped it right in the DVD player and watched it right when she gave it to me. And one of the princesses' names was Geneveive. And I was like, that's such a pretty name, and I remembered it all the way till now. Probably like, that was like 10 years ago. Yeah, so all the way till now, I'm 20, I remembered that name, and I still love it. And my next name is Rosalie. And this was a name that Guillermo didn't mind either. If we were gonna have a girl, her name might have been Rosalie. And the reason why I might not use it is because, again, another Twilight character, Emmett's girlfriend, actually, her name is Rosalie. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't use it. And my next name is actually kind of common, but I just love it for some reason. And it's just, it reminds me of like fall and like the color, and the name is Amber. I just think it's short and sweet and so pretty, but it is really common. So that's one of the reasons why I might not use it. And the next name is Evangeline. And I think that that name is so beautiful. It's kind of long, but I love it. And my boyfriend really liked it too, which I was surprised about. I was literally like shocked because he's like really hard to convince when it comes to names. But this is the only exception for hearing things from movies for me. We heard it in The Princess and the Frog, and I thought it was so beautiful just because, if you guys haven't seen The Princess and the Frog, a little firefly, his name is Ray. His girlfriend in the movie, her name was Evangeline, but she had passed away, and she was a star in the sky. And I just thought that it was so beautiful, and he would sing to her, "I love you, my Evangeline," and he would look up in the sky and sing to the star. And I thought that it was so freaking cute. I thought it was so beautiful, so I love that name. And my next name, again, is from Beaches, and she's the main character, and it's Cecelia, which is kind of an old school name, but I think it's beautiful, and like I said, I love it because it's nostalgic for me. And the main character's name was Cecelia, and they called her Cece. And the next name for me is also from a movie. See, I'm like giving you guys mixed mixed, I don't even know what to say, mixed opinions, because I'm like, oh, I don't want to name them this because it's from a movie, but then I do want to name them this because it's from a movie. If it's from a movie that means something to me and it's like, you know, dear in my heart, that's why it's on the list, and I would name them that. But the other ones, like movies that I don't really care too much about, is why I probably wouldn't. But so this one is Vivian. Again, I feel like kind of an older name. It's been around for a while, but I love this name because I love the name. I love the movie Pretty Woman. And if any of you have seen Pretty Woman, you know her occupation. And I just, I couldn't name my daughter Vivian and think of the prostitute from Pretty Woman. Even though I love her, I freaking love her, and I love the movie, it's just funny that I think of that. So that's probably why I wouldn't name her Vivian, even though I think the name is beautiful. And the next movie, golly, I can't talk. The next, you know, and I'm probably not even gonna edit this, to be honest. I'm really lazy, but that's okay, guys. The next name on my list is Lillia. And I feel like for some people, it might be like a mouthful, you know what I'm saying? Like Lillia, it's a lot of L's. But again, I think it's beautiful, and it just sounds like a princess name, and super sweet and angelic, and I love it. And yeah, the next name is another E name, is Emilia. I know some people probably spell it with an A, but I like it with an E. And again, I just think it's so beautiful. It rolls off the tongue so nicely. And I just think a little girl named Emilia would be so, so pretty. And the next name is, well, it's either or. I really like the name Wren or Wrenna with a W. And I just think it's so pretty and so sweet. And it kind of sounds like, well, the bird. And it just makes me think of like nature and like a goddess, and I don't know, I'm weird. It's just, if a name, you know, makes you feel something, that's why I just love it. I just think it's a beautiful name. And my last name on the girls list, I think it's from, I don't know where I heard it, but I heard it somewhere, and I just thought it was really beautiful, and it's Aryah. And I just think it's so pretty and so sweet. And I know I probably said the same things over and over again, but that's why I like these names, because I think they're just all so beautiful, and they would just go so well with a beautiful little baby girl. So yeah, those are all of my names that I have on my list. I may use some of them in the future. Who knows? Only God knows. But my main reason for making this video is to help anybody who may be expecting a baby boy or a baby girl, and to just give you guys ideas, because I know when I was pregnant, I watched, I don't even know how many videos like this, and honestly, I didn't use any of the names because we picked Noel, which I was surprised was not very common. I thought that it was more common than what it is. It wasn't even on the top 100 baby names list, and Noah was number 1, which I also love that name, but like I said, it's really common. But yeah, I have a lot of friends who are pregnant. I know plenty of people who are expecting right now, and it would be so freaking awesome if this video helped them pick their baby boy or their baby girl's name. That would be like amazing. Like, I would really love that. So that's why I made this video today, and it was so much fun. So if you guys are watching, thank you so much, and keep liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.